Dig it for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Today from West Fargo High School at CDC Boys Basketball on the air here on your live event as the 4th-ranked West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs tangle with the West Fargo Packers here in EDC Class A Boys Basketball. Hi to Pleasant Good Friday, January the 28th. I'm Chase Miller. Chris Crick is handling the camera here tonight, and this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. Fans, for all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at IRIEINS.com. That's IRIEINS.com. We're a little late because the sophomore game went right down to the wire where West Fargo won by 3 points. The JV game went into overtime where Sheyenne eventually ended up winning by single digits. And now we get to the varsity game where the last time these two teams met back on December the 14th, West Fargo won at West Fargo Cheyenne 77-62. The Packers have won 2 straight in the series and 3 of 4. But if you dig back to the 2016-2017 season, West Fargo has won 8, and West Fargo Cheyenne, they've won 8 games as well in this series. Taking a look at how these teams got to their records, West Fargo Cheyenne at 11-1 on the season, 10-1 in conference play. Since their loss to West Fargo, they've won 9 straight, including a 70-61 win at Grand Forks Red River. Michael Nile had 22 points and 12 rebounds, while Caleb Larson added 16 points and 4 three-pointers in the win for West Fargo Cheyenne. This season, the Mustangs averaging 74 points per game offensively. They're number 1 in defense, allowing opponents just 58 points per game. On the opposite side for the West Fargo Packers, head coach by Adam Palczewski, 10 wins, 2 losses on the season. They've won 3 straight games. So far, their 2 losses come at the hands here of the West Fargo Packers. A 101-84 win on January the 11th, a loss, at home against the Rough Riders, and a December 21st 9-point loss against Fargo Davies. West Fargo 10-2 on the season, 9-2 in conference play. On January the 25th, they defeated the Devils Lake Firebirds 104-67. 6 different Packers had double digits in the game, and Fode Sharif had 23 points and 14 rebounds, alongside Nick Carlson adding 18 points and 8 rebounds in the win for the West Fargo Packers. So it is rivalry night. It's felt like it since the opening tip of the sophomore game about 4 hours ago. Continue with one of the best environments we saw in JV basketball as well. Still to come on our Irie Insurance pregame show, we'll sit down with both head coaches, talk with Tom Kirchhoffner and Adam Palczewski, take a look at your EDC standings and your out-of-town scoreboard as well. In Class A boys basketball, no one is unbeaten. Minot High, Cheyenne, and Davies, the best records at 11-1. Class A girls basketball, Bismarck Century improved to 12-0. In Class B, you got 4 teams in girls hoops unbeaten, and in Class B boys, you have 3 teams unbeaten as well. It's the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, ranked number 4 in the latest Class A boys basketball poll, going up against the receiving votes of the West Fargo Packers. That is our Irie Insurance first segment. When we come back on our pregame show, it'll be our Coach's Corner. Joining us first is West Fargo Cheyenne head coach. That's Tom Kirchhoffner. And then we'll hear from Adam Palczewski all ahead of the starting lineups and the opening tip. That'll be closer to about a 8:15 about opening tip here tonight in West Fargo. And Chris Crick, Chase Miller with you here. Take a quick timeout. We'll hear from Tom Kirchhoffner next on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
If you want help from a firm who has integrity, respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the benefit of the community, may look no further than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys are dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, and Castleton, or visit our website at www.onsteadlaw.com.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Welcome to Ada, Minnesota. There's much to offer for new residents and much to do once you're here. Medical facility, living community, and assistant living. A beautiful school campus providing quality education. The Deco Center with a 24-hour fitness center. A community of faith with church and youth programs. Auto dealers, bowling, theater, farm implement and agronomy centers. Banks, retail and service businesses, a radio station, and much more. With employment and housing available. Welcome to the City of Ada to work, raise a family, and relax. Contact the City of Ada for more information.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Our Coach's Corner continues here tonight from West Fargo High School as it's EDC basketball. The West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs squaring off with the West Fargo Packers rivalry night. And with us now is Sheyenne head basketball coach. That's Tom Kirchhoffner. And Tom, a nice start to your guys' season. Obviously, that has continued here now a little early part of the second half, 11-1 on the season, 10-1 in conference play. I know if I would have asked you this question in November, I don't know if I would have got a similar response because there was so many new guys playing at the varsity level, but what have been the traits of your team to get to this point in the season, Tom?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Chase. And, I'm really pleased with our team right now. And, as the coach, I'm still trying to figure out this team and this identity, and that's a good thing. And maybe I don't need to figure this team out, but stuff that's just jumping out on the stat sheet for us is number one, our rebounding. We're out rebounding teams 14, 15 rebounds a game. And then we're hitting the glass on the offense end. So we're getting more shots up, and we're not really shooting that well compared to previous, teams in our program. But we're getting more shots. We're making up for that end. And then this team right now has had the most steals in our program history, which is 11. The next closest was last year's team at 10. So it's a very defensive-minded group. So I'm very pleased where we're at right now.
I could probably talk to you about a lot of seniors maybe waited their turn or got some time in the rotation last year. But let's start with just Michael now, because literally he's jumping off the page, right, in terms of his offense, rebounding prowess, to your point. What have you seen from this senior this year?
I've seen a lot of stuff I haven't really seen before. It's been outstanding, just watching him in practice, and some of the stuff that he does is really remarkable, and he's going to get better. I mean, I think he's just like Jack Simone. Actually, I know he's just like Jack Simone. He's got a higher ceiling. He's going to get better in college. He loves basketball. He just is always in the right spot at the right time. He's averaging almost more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. He's one of two players in the EDC that's getting a double-double, I think 21 points and 11 rebounds. And every night that he plays, we're thinking, all right, did he get 10 points? And then we go and look at the box score, and here he has 20 points. So he always gets a quiet 20 every night. We're not saying, hey, let's get the ball to Mike. He's scoring within the offense. And then there's been a couple of nights where he's been getting double teamed, and then he's recognizing that and sharing the basketball, and other guys are knocking down threes.
The one thing to another senior, Caleb Larson, just having a nice, season, 13 points, 5 rebounds. What does this senior kind of bring to the court, whether it's also from assists to steals and maybe some of the other things you don't see on the box score, Tom?
Well, I've been really pleased with him. And when I say that, his progression from his sophomore year to junior year to senior year, we told him, if you want to play on the varsity court, you got to work on your defense. You got to work on your quickness, your explosiveness. And he's progressed so much. And I would say he's one of our top defenders now. He takes pride in playing defense. And then you also see that when he's crashing the board on offense, sometimes he doesn't get a shot up from outside. So he's like, I'm going to go rebound. And I think he is our best rebounder from a guard standpoint. If you want to, Mike is an off guard, I would say guard forward. But Caleb is doing an outstanding job, and then he's attacking the hoop more. He's sharing the basketball. So I've just been really pleased with his leadership, really pleased with really his defense and his rebounding right now, which that's a really plus. And I look back to like Blake Berg and Tyler Tarek. When you get a tough guard like that, then you're going to be pretty tough to beat.
Going up against a team that's given you your only loss this year, and it's rivalry night as well. Last 16 meetings, it's been right down the middle. You've won 8, they've won 8. First thing, what has made this such a fun rivalry to be a part of in the last, 3, 4, 5 years, where it seems like you guys are playing 3 or 4 times a season, whether it's in the EDC or the state tournament as well?
Yeah, it's been really fun. And I think it goes back to, freshman year, and you were in that league with Coach Palczewski and myself, and, just the relationship that we have with each other, and we know each other very well. We know each other's tendencies. We coach together in football and track, and then we coach against each other in basketball. So we're good friends, and it's just a really great game for this community because, and that was one of the things when Sheyenne started up. I was just like, this is going to make these kids better in the area because it just adds 2 more competitive games. And now with Horace coming down the line, it's going to add 2 more competitive games. So I really look, in about 5 years, EDC is going to have some really great games.
Final thing for you, Tom, before we let you go, you've kind of gone through a gauntlet here with Red River, who's a quality team. You play West Fargo here tonight, then Fargo-Davies early part of next week. I want to ask you so much about the games ahead because I know it's just one game at a time. So final thing for you, what has to change from that December meeting from your point of view? And I guess how have the teams changed, from your club and Coach Palczewski's team?
I haven't really looked at their team too much. I put a lot of stock into just to what we do. And, kind of asking our players this week, what do we need to do? And they're like, we're fine. We're fine. The first game, I think we were 10 for 25 from the free throw line. In December, we were shooting, I think 49% from the free throw line. So I think we're up to 55 now. So we're making progress. From the 3-point line, we were like 25%. Now we're getting to 29. And that's just because, we had 5 new guys trying to figure out the roles. Maybe it's nerves, first time playing on, a varsity court with, the big crowd. So everybody's trying to kind of finding their identity and their role. So we're really not going to change much because, we're 11-1 right now. We're just going to keep it rolling, and we're just going to keep playing hard.
Hey, Tom, as always, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here tonight against the Packers.
All right. Thanks, Chase, and appreciate the coverage.
Tom Kirchhoffner, Sheyenne head basketball coach. When we come back after this, it's Adam Palczewski's turn to join our coaches conversation here on your live event. Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
This is Jim Berkemar, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Our iRe Insurance pregame show continues here from West Fargo High School. Adam Palczewski, head coach of the West Fargo Packers, with us now. And Adam, a nice start to your club on the season, 10-2, 9-2 in conference play. You have obviously a top 4 seed in the conference tournament, still very much alive, a chance to be EDC regular season champs as well, still very much alive. Just describe your team from, way back in November to where we are here in early January, Adam.
We've done a pretty good job of working hard in practice every day. January is usually ugly for about everybody. So we try to make it tough on guys. We try new things on the defensive end, different coverages and ball screens and things like that. We're trying to work through those things so that we have them in our back pocket when we need them in March. But all in all, it's been a pretty good month so far, a good start to the year. And guys are, we're starting to maybe turn that corner to the postseason.
You mentioned about the postseason, which is right around the corner here. In another month, we will be in playing round. We will be in quarterfinal round of the conference. But let's talk about your opponent here tonight was Fargo-Cheyenne. You beat them last time out December the 14th in the first series matchup, 77-62. Nick Carlson, a double-double, 20 and 12. Hagerly was right behind him with 20 points, 9 rebounds. What has changed, though, about your opposition here tonight in the Mustangs since December the 14th from your point of view, Adam?
They have a few new guys in the rotation. The Gooselaw kid is coming off the bench to give them some nice minutes, and as well as Deer. So they got some new guys filling some new roles, and they seem to have settled in offensively. That's the biggest thing. Whereas the first time it was still early, and Niall was taking most of the shots, and he should. He's a tremendous player. But they got more guys kind of feeling their way offensively, taking the right shots, and it makes them a lot harder to beat.
We always talk about senior leaders once you get to this point of the year, guys who maybe been through the battles before, they realize there's 8-10 games left. Nick Carlson continues to seem to be like night in, night out. You check the box score, he's having a really good performance. What has Nick brought to this year's club?
Nick has a lot of energy and athleticism and length, so he can do some things on the offensive end, which are tremendous. But he and I talked, mid-season about it's not about the points he scores, it's really about his rebounding. So if he's getting up in that 10 to 12 rebounds per game, he's having a good night, and we're going to have a good night. If he's stuck in that 5 or 6 rebounds per game, honestly, that's not where we need to be as a team, because we're small, and he is our size for the most part. Him and Fode Sharif are our size. So if those two guys aren't putting up double-digit rebounding numbers, we're going to struggle on that end. So he's done a good job of listening to that, and hopefully continues on throughout the season, because his offense will always be there, but we need to get that rebounding number up and up and up.
I like to talk about guys, too, that maybe don't get the press clippings, and it seems like Cepeda is maybe one of those guys because he does a lot of things that might not be in the box score, but maybe as a coach or as a teammate, you say, thank God he was on the backside defense, or it seems like he comes up with a clutch rebound when he might be the shortest guy in the paint, or maybe he hits a buzzer beater shot at the end of the shot clock. What can you attribute to his kind of game, even though, Carson, obviously we talked about Nick and Brett Limke for you guys, but what has Cepeda brought to this year's team?
Caden is actually just a tremendous defender, and he's always in the right place. He's really smart. So he knows he doesn't have to score. He sure can. I mean, he can shoot anytime he wants to, and he could get more points if he chose. But right now, what he's doing on the defensive end, he's stopping really good players from scoring, making it tough on them. He gets every 50-50 ball. So if there's a loose ball or a rebound that's up for grabs, he's going to get it. And the same thing he did in football. He quietly had a tremendous year on the defensive back. And at receiver too. And he just does things without drawing attention to himself. And you look back and you watch the film. Yep, it's not in the box score, but on the film, it's like, okay, he stopped that drive. He was there for help early. He got that 50-50 rebound. He dove on the floor for that ball. And end of the game, he's the guy that gives you a winning edge.
Final thing for you, Adam, when Cheyenne got built, and all of a sudden everyone was instantly making it a rivalry. I know some coaches said, well, we got to play a couple seasons before it gets to, a true rivalry. And the last 16 matchups since 2016, 2017, you guys have played 16 times, for crying out loud, and it's split right down the middle. So normally you're going to see them either in the EDC tournament or even state, which you've done a number of times. What has made this a true, back and forth rivalry over the last, 5-6 years here?
Well, they have good players, and when two teams have good players, every game's going to be good, and it's going to mean something. It'd be different if we were both, had the same record, but they were both, 3-10. That's a whole different. That's not a rivalry no one wants to watch. But right now, we're both at the top of the conference. We're there every year. And whenever we play a game, it means something. So that's where it really comes from, is that you have to beat the kids that, you grow up with. They play a lot of sports together. Legion Baseball is one of them, and some of the traveling teams when they're younger combined. So then when there's no person better to beat than your actual friends, because you hang around them, you can hold it over them all the time. So they do a good job. They have talented players. They're well coached by Coach Kirchhoffner over there, and they know what they're doing. They don't try to be anything they're not, and that makes them tough to beat.
Adam, as always, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck here tonight in another rivalry game with the Mustangs.
Thanks, Chase.
Adam Palczewski, West Fargo head coach. That does it for our pregame show. Starting lineups opening tip is next from West Fargo.
We built
Irie Insurance with one philosophy: hire great people and provide great service and options. We want to help protect your home, farm, crops, personal, and your businesses. Hello, this is Sheyenne with Irie Insurance, and since day one, we have followed this golden rule to help protect you. That's why we have so many locations like West Fargo, Devils Lake, Hope, Hillsboro, Mackville, and Towner. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kicks, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Chase Miller with you, Chris Crick running the camera. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show here tonight. We've heard from the coaches, so now what's on tap? The starting lineups, then the opening tip between the number 4 rated team in the state of North Dakota, the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, going up against the West Fargo Packers. As we take a look at the starters first for the visitors on the scoreboard, head coach by Tom Kirchhoffner in his 7th season. He's been there as a freshman coach through sophomore JV and now varsity for the last 7 years as well. 11 wins, 1 loss, 10-1 on the season. They'll go like this. James Hagan, a 5'9" senior guard. Hagan averaging 6 points and 3 rebounds per contest. From there, Xander Newton, the head coach, his son in football and in volleyball. Xander Newton, a 6'5" senior forward, averaging 5 and 6. Caleb Larson, a 6'3" senior guard, is 6th in the EDC this season in steals at 2.5 per contest, averages double figures with 13.5. Michael Nile, 3rd in the EDC in scoring, the 6'6" senior, 21 points and 11 rebounds for Nile. And Dominic Dosman, the 6'8" senior forward, 8 points and 6 boards. Hagan, Newton, Larson, Nile, and Dosman. West Fargo Cheyenne, 11-1 on the season, 10-1 in conference play. They'll be looking for their first win against West Fargo nearly a year ago to the date. On January 30th, Mustangs won from Cheyenne 87-81. Now for the West Fargo Packers, head coach by Adam Palczewski in his 5th season, a 10-2 mark on the year, 9-2 in conference play. They'll go like this. Parker Nelson, 3rd in the EDC in assists at 4 per contest for the 5'11" senior guard here for Parker Nelson. Caden Zapata, a 6'1" senior, 5 points, 2 rebounds, and a couple of steals as well. Zapata does a lot of things you don't see necessarily in the stat column here for the West Fargo Packers. From there, you got Nick Carlson, 10th in the EDC in scoring for the 6'4" senior forward, averaging 16 points per game. Brett Limke, he's a sniper, a 6'1" senior guard, 33, made 3-pointers this season, averaging 14 a night. And Carson Hagerly, the NDSU football commit, a 6'3" senior guard, averaging 15 points and 6 rebounds. Nelson, Zapata, Carlson, Limke, and Hagerly, the West Fargo Packers in the 5th season, head coached by Anna Palczewski, again a mark of 10-2 and 9-2 in conference play. Nearly capacity stadium here tonight between the West Fargo Packers and the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, as you have chance of I Believe I Will Win. The JV game, sophomore game, are all decided by 1 possession. Opening tip on a Friday night. It's rivalry night in West Fargo at 8:13. Buckle up, climb aboard, and welcome to EDC basketball. This one-man defense, Michael Nile, a little handoff here to Dosman, swings it right-hand side, Larson. Larson, little shake and bake crossover, looks, and it's going to be stolen away by Hagerly. Hagerly goes up the floor and trying to give it to Parker Nelson, who slams into almost head coach Tom Kirchhoffner of West Fargo Cheyenne. Everyone looks to be all right, as that'll be on the far sideline here, as Parker Nelson will inbound it in front of his opposing bench. Now to Zapata. Zapata right-hand side as it goes right wing. 3-pointer, Brett Limke. Triple is going to be off the mark. No good. Ball will go out of play, and it's going to go to the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. So West Fargo Cheyenne slated to inbound it here as they do a little full court man defense. Michael Nile guarded by Hagerly as he loses the possession, and back-to-back turnovers to start this game for the Mustangs. One thing that West Fargo did really well in the first game is they kept West Fargo Cheyenne off balance, held them to not the greatest shooting night early on this season, back on December the 14th. Zapata right-hand side between the circles now. Hagerly drives a little curl hop through the paint. He lost it for a second. Kick out now to the top of the key to Zapata. Zapata with the basketball there now to Nelson. Parker crossing over right to left, leaves it left-hand side. Carson Hagerly. Hagerly goes up and lost it the other way. Here comes West Fargo Cheyenne in the backcourt with James Hagan. So we played 60 seconds. This is the third possession so far now for West Fargo Cheyenne. Niall left wing three-pointer off the back tab. No rebound though by Dominic Dosman. And a second chance opportunity and a fresh 30 here for West Fargo Cheyenne. Hagan right-hand side with it as this one is going to go to the right wing, and we're going to get a foul here on Zapata. Zapata will pick up his first, team's first, and another 30 seconds here on the shot clock for the Mustangs. This one will be inbounded to the right of the baseline as Caleb Larson will inbound it to Michael Niall. Niall at the right-hand side, guarded again by Hagerly. Ball gets tipped out of play on the baseline as we'll stay with West Fargo Cheyenne. The Mustangs, 74 points per game offensively for West Fargo, second in the conference at 82 points per game. Other scores in the EDC tonight: Wapaton at Devil's Lake and Valley City at Davies for other games that we'll keep a note of. Tomorrow, Red River at South at 1 o'clock and Shanley at North at 3 o'clock. That one shot off to Martin. No good. Rebound by Nick Carlson. And one goes to Parker Nelson. Nelson to the left baseline off the backboard. Got it to go. First 2 points of the game goes to the home team and the West Fargo Packers with an early 2-0 lead. James Hagan now brings it up in the front court. Dosman left-hand side takes a ball screen there by Niall. Now to the top of the key. Newton swings it right wing to Larson. Larson looking on the interior, nothing given. Now to right hand to Hagan. Hagan up and over. Hagerly score as they're going to get a foul here as Carson was trying to go after the ball as they were trying to help on the backside defense of Michael Niall. So Hagerly will get called for the foul. His first, team's second. Tough one there as Hagerly was trying to go after that pass as they were fronting Michael Niall. Niall gets double teamed here as Hagans, and that's going to be a cat and mouse game. Again, Niall averaging 21 and 11 per contest. This one goes left-hand side to Hagan. Coming up through a screen is going to be Larson. Three-pointer, got it to go. Caleb Larson with his 27th made three-pointer of the season. And West Fargo Cheyenne takes a 1-point lead. Limke in the front court. Limke drives, lost it for a moment, gets the ball back left-hand side to Hagerly. Hagerly will handle it there, crossover right to left, and then we're going to have a foul here on the floor. That looks to be on Dominic Dosman. That'll be his first and the team's first here for West Fargo Cheyenne. Packers this season shooting 44% from the floor, second best in the conference. Well, West Fargo Cheyenne's got the best defense as we see another turnover here. That's the fourth combined of the game. The Mustangs defensively holding teams to just 35% shooting on the evening per game. That's tops in the EDC, which makes sense why they're tops in points per games against at 58 as well here for the Mustangs. One thing Tom Kirchhoffner said in our Irie Insurance pregame show, if the Mustangs are going to win, they're going to have to rebound and steal the basketball here against the Packers. And hitting shots helps as well. The second made three for Caleb Larson here in the opening minutes, and it's Larson 6, Packers 2. Zapata now to Limke. Limke with the jab step, drives, gets cut off there. Now to the top as that's going to go to Nick Carlson. Haven't said his name too much so far. Parker Nelson now to Carlson. Carlson spins on Niall, regains possession, steps through, invents a shot and gets fouled in the act of shooting. Caleb Larson will pick up the foul. His first, team second. Nick Carlson, an awfully good free throw shooter at 80% on the season. One of the best in conference play, will go to the line to shoot two. Averaging 16 and 6 a night for the 6'4" senior. Carlson, first of two on the way, is long. 28 of 35, now 28 of 36 on the season. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for Carlson. Parker Nelson with the only 2 points so far for West Fargo. Larson with 2 buckets, all from beyond the arc for Cheyenne. Carlson cuts it back down to a one-possession game. West Fargo this season as a team shooting 64% from the charity stripe. Cheyenne in the front court, they're 0-on-0. Parker Nelson almost gets a steal on Hagan, and Nelson will pick up the foul. That'll be his first and the team's third. Some players you'll see off the bench here this evening for West Fargo. Jaden Grefsrud, depending on his availability alongside with Fode Sharif. For West Fargo Cheyenne, you'll see a little bit of Kellen Entz, a lot of Gooselat at times, and with them, you'll see Caleb Deere, a 6'3 sophomore. Hagen drives, uses up that dribble. Cepeda on the guard, now to the top of the key. They're trying to post up on the interior, nothing there. Larson will handle it back to left wing. Trying to post up again, Dosman on the inside, top of the key. 3 up coming off the back tap, no. Getting the rebound, though, is Dominic Dosman, his second. Deep 3 by Larson. That one rattles out. Another board that tips right to a Mustang. That's going to be Xander Newton. Right place, right time, and an early theme is the offensive rebounds here for the Mustangs in the opening 4 minutes. 2 18-minute halves, a 30-second shot clock in Class A basketball. Carlson tries the answer 3, no, as Hagerly took down 2 Mustangs. Getting the rebounds going to be Carlson. 3-pointer by Brett Limke, that's good. Limke with his 34th made triple of the season. The Packers are back within 2. Hagen will bring it up the front court right now as we're going to see man defense for the most part for West Fargo. Cheyenne might show a little 2-3 extended zone at times in the half court. Taking it's going to be Hagen. Hagen goes to the paint, blocked away there by Cepeda. Other end of the floor, the Packers want to run in transition. They got numbers. It's a 5-on-4. This one goes to Carlson, sees his man through, top of the key for the lead. Hits the back tab and out of play, and Larson gets his first rebound of the contest. Larson this year has made 3 or more threes 5 times in a game, and he's well on pace to do that early on in this one. High post looking back door. Newton handles it at the free throw line, guarded by Cepeda. Cepeda almost gets the steal. Newton gets by him for the hard-earned 2 points. Xander Newton with 4. Packers trailing it by 4. Hagerly, top of the key. Right hand 3-pointer coming. Long. Rebound by Carlson on Michael Nile for 2. Carlson, 3 points, 3 rebounds, has scored 16 or more in the last 5 games for Carlson, and we have the 3rd turnover here for West Fargo Cheyenne. Substitution, we'll have Fode Sharif in for the West Fargo Packers here. Sharif, a 6'4 senior forward, 13 points and 8 rebounds, playing really valuable minutes for head coach Adam Palczewski here this season for West Fargo. Packers have won 3 straight. West Fargo Cheyenne winners of 9 straight here, so one of those winning streaks will come to an end. If West Fargo Cheyenne wins tonight alongside with Davies, there'll be some separation between the top 2 teams and West Fargo at number 3, as the Packers currently trail both of them by 1 game entering play tonight. Turnover on the Packers, 2-on-1 the other way. Michael Nile! Oh, get up, Nile! Nile with the 2-handed rim rockin' flush, and the Mustangs lead it by 4. Carlson, right-hand side, little shake and bake on Nile. 3-pointer, Limke was halfway down, no, and Nile skies for the rebound. Nile and Carlson, that is going to be an awfully fun matchup as this one unfolds here on this Friday night. Right-hand side is Hagen. Hagen goes to right baseline. Larson rips it through, and we got a body foul on the floor. This will be on Caden Cepeda, his 2nd, team's 4th. Substitutions coming in. Nelson with the quick breather, and Jaden Grefsrud will come in for the first time tonight for West Fargo. Hagen back on the floor for West Fargo Cheyenne, and Trent Freed, a 6'1 senior, will play his first minutes. Free averaging 5.5 points per game with a couple rebounds. Chase Miller with you here from West Fargo. Chris Crick handling our camera. Michael Niles going to spin on Hagerly off the backboard and finishes with the right hand. Michael Nile now with 4 points, and the West Fargo Packers. Fode Sharif goes right to the 10, got Nile up in the air and finished with the 2 points. Fode Sharif with the ankle cross, and back and forth we go. Reaching the 11-minute mark here of the first half. This one to the top of the key to Free. Free back to Nile, open 3-pointer, got it! Michael Nile with his 24th made 3-pointer of the season. The Stangs lead it by 7, the largest lead for either team here tonight. Other end of the floor, left-handed layup off the mark, no good. Rebound by Cheyenne and Trent Free, and the Mustangs with another 3 here could get up by double digits. They give it to Nile. Heat check coming off the front of the iron, and a rebound of Fode Sharif. That's his first off the bench. Sharif crossover, goes right to the 10. Nice spin move inside the paint for 2. Oh, we are seeing the moves coming out here tonight for both of these teams. The Packers are back within 5. Mustangs in the front court here. That's going to be with James Hagen, guarded by Nelson. Pops the pass right-hand side to Free. Free looking for a ball screen. pivots on Limke, throws one up off the mark, and Fode Sharif gets the rebound. One and done there for Sheyenne. Limke in transition goes right to the 10, going up and getting that block shot is going to be Hagan, as will stay with the Packers. A little bit of a line change here as Caleb Deere will check in for the first time, and Matt Gusla, a 6'6 senior, here for West Fargo Sheyenne. Jaden Grefsrud again on the floor. You got Parker Nelson with Fode Sharif. Nick Carlson's on the floor, and inbounding the basketball here for the Packers is going to be Isaac Fitz. And we have a foul here on Michael Nile, his first and the team's third. Fresh 30, and West Fargo will inbound it from the baseline now to the sideline here as Sharif will come in. Gusla, a 6'6 senior forward for West Fargo Sheyenne, was cut as a freshman. Came back his sophomore season, made the team, and just kept on working. And for Nick Carlson, he gets the and one. 5 points, 4 rebounds, and an and one opportunity here for Carlson. The foul comes on Caleb Larson, his second and the team's fourth. Adam Palczewski said if Nick Carlson can have anywhere from 10 to 12 rebounds a night for West Fargo, that means things are going right as he's there big on the inside with him and Fode Sharif. Carlson now with 6 points as the Packers are back within 2. Michael Nile looking for the dribble pullback three-pointer, got it to go. Michael Nile efficient, already in double digits with 10. He's got 2 threes and a dunk. The Mustangs are up by 5. Carlson to Sharif. Sharif right-hand side as that one's going to go to Isaac Fitz. This is just his 7th game he's played here this season. Carlson takes a couple dribble spins to the baseline. Little left-handed baby hook shot is short, and Matt Gusla gets the rebound. Sheyenne now in transition with Free. Free's in a drive right to the paint. Gets by Fitz off the mark. No, put back by Gusla off the mark. Another chance for Sheyenne. But Carlson will come down with the rebound. Up the other end, this one's going to be off the deflection of Jaden Grefsrud and a turnover here on the West Fargo Packers. West Fargo with 4 on the night. For West Fargo, Sheyenne currently with 3 as Dominic Dosman is back on the floor here for the Mustangs. Cheyenne slated to inbound. That's with Free in the backcourt. Little man defense here. Both teams at 4 fouls and make that now. Parker Nelson will pick up the 5th on West Fargo, and that's large. You have Nelson with 2, Zepeda with 2, and the Packers now with 5. So Brett Limke will check back into the contest alongside Carson Hagerly. For the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, Caleb Larson with 2 fouls right now, the only player in foul trouble here for West Fargo Cheyenne. This one will go to left-hand side of Nile. Nile rips it through, gets by Hagerly right-handed, finishes for 2. Playing through some contact there. Nile now with 12 of the 22 points for the Mustangs. You can see why he's averaging 21 on the night. Nick Carlson tries to get the answer 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound by Nile. Nile in transition here, gonna stop. Double team, finds his trailer. Now right hand to Free. Free's in a spin inside the paint. Tries to finish with the right hand, cannot, and picks up the foul. Trent with his first, team's 5th, and Nick Carlson with a game-high 6 rebounds as we got him down for here with 8:42 left to play in the first half. Couple substitutions here as you're going to have Xander Newton returning to the floor alongside with Kellen Entz, and Hagan is out there as well for West Fargo Cheyenne. Coming up on our halftime show, we'll take a look at the first half numbers. Also, what's ahead for both these two teams and what's ahead this weekend on your live event. That's all coming up at the half. This one goes to Limke. Limke looking for it, takes a couple hard dribbles, now to Hagerly. Hagerly goes right down Broadway, right-handed layup, got the finger roll layup to go. Hagerly's first points on the night for a man that's averaging 15 a game. Packers back within 5. Nile open right in front of the Packer bench, 3-pointer long. Rebound though by Kellen Entz. He's heading to NDSU next year to play football for his dad, Matt Entz. Now right hand goes back up top. Dosman reverse it left hand side of Hagan. Man defense by Hagerly. Ball goes left hand side to Entz, trying to post up on the interior. Nothing there. Entz gets the ball back. He's going to drive to the free throw line, gets a shot off, but off the mark. And Carlson already with his 7th rebound. Limke in transition to Hagerly. Hagerly spins inside the paint, finishes over the 6'8 Dosman for 2. It's a 4-0 run for Carson Hagerly and the Packers. West Fargo back within 3. Dosman trying to get by Fode Sharif. Right-hand side, Michael Nile. This from NBA range, and it tickles a twine. Niall for his third made three. He's got 15 of the 25 here for Sheyenne. Opposite side, three-pointer away by Grefsrud is long, and Niall gets the rebound. In case you're wondering, the most threes this season, Niall has made 4 against Shanley. The most points, 27 against Mandan. He's on pace to break both of them, and West Fargo Cheyenne gets fouled attacking the tin, and James Hagan. Hagan will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. These will be the first free throw attempts for West Fargo Cheyenne here tonight. The foul comes on Fode Sharif, his first, and the team's 6th. At the free throw line, James Hagan, the 5'9 senior, 11 of 25 from the charity stripe this season, now 11 of 26. Caden Zapata returns to the floor. Here is checking out of the game will be Jaden Grefsrud. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for Hagan. This to make it a 3-possession lead for West Fargo Cheyenne. Last 4 meetings, 3 wins for West Fargo, 1 for the Mustangs. The Packers have won back-to-back in the series, but you dig deeper to the 2016-17 season, 8 win for West Fargo and 8 wins for Cheyenne. It's been split right down the middle in their last 16 matchups. Limke, three-pointer, that's going to be long, and a rebound goes to Kellen Entz, his second. Entz up the floor. Good defense by Zapata getting back, because if he did not, Dominic Dosman had an easy layup for West Fargo Cheyenne. Mustangs led it 17-10. Since then, they haven't trailed when they got on that run. 6:52 left to play here in the first half, as Cheyenne will inbound it, and Michael Niall almost went over and back on the Packer emblem right at center court. This one goes to Hagan. Hagan, right-hand side, pops it, right wing, extra fine, left-hand side, Dominic Dosman triple. That one's going to be long, and a rebound, Nick Carlson and Limke, and we're going to get an intentional foul, I believe, here. That's going to be tough here on Nick Carlson as he went for the ball fake, came down and had his hand across the arm. We'll see if it's a foul or if it's intentional, and I think they're just going to give it the 1 foul, so that'll be it. Fortunate there because the refs did instantly ask if it was intentional or not. Regardless, it's an and-one opportunity here for Xander Newton. Newton with 6 points on the night, 8 of 19 from the free throw line this season. The Mustangs trying to get up by double digits here as we're getting to the final minutes of half number 1. Free throw attempt is off the mark. Rebound by Carlson. Most points Cheyenne has given up this season, 77 to West Fargo. The first time they played, that has changed defensively here in the first half. Carlson looking back door, kick out Zapata, right pocket, high arching triple. Gonna go long, and a rebound goes to Xander Newton. Now for the Mustangs here with Hagan. Hagan will cross the timeline for West Fargo. Cheyenne guarded against Limke. Bounce pass right-hand side that goes in the hands of Dosman. Dosman with it, newly inserted. Derek Lobo on the inside now to Newton. Newton spins, and Zapata's there, and Zapata rips it through. Jump ball possession will favor the Packers. 4th turnover of the night for West Fargo Cheyenne. That's been something we haven't said a lot of since the opening 3 minutes. We had 4 turnovers combined. Since then, in the last 10-plus minutes of play, we've only had 4 turnovers combined in the last 10. Well, speak of the devil, there's another turnover. This one on the Packers going the other way. Hard to the paint's going to be Newton, who gets his block shot by Hagerly. Carson timed it perfectly as the Packers trail it by 9. Hagerly, stop, pop, 13-footer off the front iron. Ball gets pinballed around, and this one's going to end up getting on the loose ball. It's going to be Lobo with Zapata. And the jump ball will go to West Fargo Cheyenne. Good job getting on the floor, though, for Zapata. And playing some good minutes here. Derek Lobo, his 7th game of the season, the 6'3 senior forward, between 3 points and 4 rebounds per contest. So Tom Kirchhoffner going on the bench. We've already seen 10 different players here for Cheyenne tonight. For the West Fargo Packers, they are played with 8. And a poke-away steal here by Fode Sharif. Sharif goes the other end, right-handed layup for 2. Fode Sharif now with 6. The Packers back within 7. Little football score between these two teams. Cheyenne has owned that rivalry as of late on the gridiron after West Fargo didn't lose for the first 5 meetings. Now it goes to Newton. Newton gets double-teamed here to Niall. Niall at the left baseline. Packers continuing to looking to double as it ends up with Lobo. Lobo spins, and there it's going to be Zapata, and Zapata with another jump ball. Zapata's just a magnet for the basketball right now. Trent Free will check back in the contest for Sheyenne. Also with him, you're going to have Caleb Larson. Game got underway at 8:14, just over 20 minutes old in this back and forth affair between these two rivals. Limke, right-hand side, takes a high ball screen. Little hesitation, dribble now to Zepeda. Zepeda fires a pass to Sharif, to Hagerly. Power dribble, gets by Niall for the 2 points. Hagerly with 6. Packers back within 5, and do we have a turnover in the backcourt? We do. It will be West Fargo basketball. The Packers will inbound it here with Brett Limke. He's got 1 3-pointer so far here tonight. The Packers, led by the 6 of Carlson, 6 by Fode Sharif, and 6 by Hagerly. That's what you call balance. Sharif gonna spin, gets to the paint. Right-handed layup high off the backboard and count it! Fode Sharif with an and 1 opportunity. On a play there by Sharif. The foul comes on Free, his second, team 6. And Fode Sharif, a 65% free throw shooter, goes to line for the good old-fashioned 3-point opportunity. A play there by Sharif to spin inside the baseline, hang that one high off the window. Got the English to go and play through some body contact as well. This to bring the Packers within 2, and he does. 9 points here for Sharif. Leads the Packers right now, trailing it by 2. This one will go to Hagen. Hagen in the front court, guarded by Carlson. Now to Michael Niall. Niall takes a ball screen, shoots a 3 over Limke long. Rebound goes to Carson Hagerly. Hagerly with it the other way. Hang shoot, right-handed layup. That one's going to go. And Carson Hagerly was on the baseline and out of bounds here as Hagerly was trying to get the offensive rebound. 16 fouls on West Fargo. Sheyenne, 7 for the Packers. Both teams with all 5 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Niall goes to the deck in the backcourt. Looks like he might have turned his ankle. Looks to be all right. Zepeda tries to get the steal the other way, and we got a 10-second violation. Well, the Packers brought the trap in the press, and they're able to get there a couple times, and you hear zigzag your man offensively, and that's what West Fargo did, and even got the trap with that one as well. Well, the Packers down by 2, a chance to tie or take the lead here with 1 from beyond the arc. Brett Limke, right-hand side of Sharif. Sharif rips it through, drives, kick out Zepeda now to Hagerly, right of the key. Hagerly crossing over on Niall, not once but twice, rises from 10 and gets the shooter's rule. Hagerly with 8 on the night. The Packers have tied this one up at 28 apiece. It's a 9-2 run by West Fargo. Other way, nice slip pass by Trent Free to Caleb Larson. Larson now with 8. So just like that, before he can blink, West Fargo Sheyenne quickly goes down the other end of the floor for the bucket. This one goes to Limke, high off the backboard for 2. The 6'1" senior showing the floater inside the paint and got it off the window, and now we're tied at 30 apiece. This at the 3-minute mark here of the first half. West Fargo Sheyenne with James Hagen. Fires a pass right-hand side, Larson. Larson drives on Limke, already with 2 threes on the night for Larson. Limke with the good defense there, and Limke almost gets the steal. Larson gets the ball right back, and we're going to have a foul here on Brett. Tough one there on Limke with his first, team's 8th, and it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity here for West Fargo Sheyenne and Caleb Larson. Larson 29 of 44 on the free throw line this season. At the line to shoot the make one to get one opportunity as Xander Newton returns to the floor for the Mustangs. West Fargo had a 9-2 run over about a 3-minute stretch, and then the last couple possessions, boom, Cheyenne's answered with a bucket and now some free throws. There's Larson. Free throw attempt number 2 is good. Larson now with double digits on the night with 25. He'll check out. Matt Gusla will check back in. 6'6" senior forward. Mustangs up by 2 with 2:45 left to play here in a back and forth, kind of what you thought, entertaining half of basketball here between two rivals. The Mustangs, 4th-rated team in the state. West Fargo outside the top 5 receiving votes. Sharif, left baseline, 3 is long. A rebound comes down to Newton, his third. Newton in the backcourt. Here comes Trent Free in transition. 3-on-3 basketball. Nile, right pocket triple. That one's going to go long. Ball to play into the West Fargo Packers. A win here for West Fargo, still very much alive in terms of the EDC regular season championship and trying to be the number 1 seed. They lose here tonight, and Davies takes care of Valley City. All of a sudden, West Fargo finds themselves 2 games back in the conference. They'll be number 3, but Sheyenne and Davies then will have a nice little gap there as we near the end of this regular season. 3-pointer by Zepeda off the mark. Postseason basketball for the EDC tournament playing round on the 26th of February, and the quarterfinals will be on Tuesday, March the 1st. We'll have the EDC boys and girls basketball tournament for you right here on Your Live Event. Check out yourliveevent.com for our coverage. Chris Crick handling the camera. Chase Miller with you here from West Fargo. The Mustangs almost throw it in the backcourt there as Trent Free is guarded by Parker Nelson. Has 2 fouls right now. Packers looking to try to trap as they do. Oh, the block shot by Hagerly. Hagerly got up, then Sharif is able to get it after the block from Gooslaw with Hagerly. Other on the floor, Hagerly throws it up off the mark, and Matt Gooslaw gets back. But we've seen Hagerly with a couple nice blocks here tonight. Sheyenne working with it the other way. Trent Free double teamed. Now to Hagen. Hagen rips it through on Zepeda. Shot clock down to 15. Michael Nile with it, goes through the paint, and we got a foul. This will be on Carlson, it looks like, and that'll be his second. So now you have Nelson with 2, Zepeda with 2, and Nick Carlson with 2. That'll be the Packers' 9th, and going to the free throw line to shoot the pair is Michael Nile. Nile so far on the night with 15 points. A 55% free throw shooter on the season is Nile. 1 of 2 on the way here for the senior, and that one rattles out. Nile now has scored 15 or more in the last 9 games here for West Fargo Sheyenne as Limke will check in for Zepeda. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Nile. Got it. Nile now with a game-high 16 points. He has half of Cheyenne's offense so far here with under 80 seconds to play in the first half as the Mustangs a little 2-3 matchup zone. Sharif, right wing 3-pointer after this skip by Hagerly is going to be long. Rebound gets tipped out right back to Fode. Ball, Parker Nelson, high arching triple off the front iron. And Carson Hagerly tries to grab it. Then he tries to give it to Carlson and just couldn't handle it. And Matt Gooslaw will palm it and then get the ball back to the Mustangs. Xander Newton drives. Nile, right-hand side, takes a couple of dribbles. Looking for a teammate, finds one, left baseline. Gooslaw, triple, rattle it in. Matt Gooslaw with his 6th 3 of the season. The Mustangs are up by 6 with 45 seconds to play here in half number 1. Limke shovels a pass right-hand side to Sharif, and we're going to have a foul here on the floor. The foul will be on Matt Gooslaw, his first, team 7th, and we'll have a 1-on-1 opportunity for the Packers. Fode Sharif to do the make one to get one. West Fargo as a team from the free throw line so far this half, shooting 3 of 4 from the stripe. First half, 30 minutes long from when it started at 8:14. Free throw attempt number 1 by Sharif, got it. Double-digit first half for Sharif with 10 points. He averages 13 and 8 on the season. As checking in for West Fargo, you have Peyton McGregor, a 5'9 junior, into the game. Also with him, you have Jaden Grefsrud for West Fargo Cheyenne on the floor. Caleb Larson, a 6'3 senior, is going to be out there with Hagen. Larson playing with those 2 fouls, getting a little opportunity here with some more offense. Sharif goes 2 for 2 from the line, cuts this deficit down to 4. 30 seconds to play here in half number 1. This one goes right-hand side for West Fargo Cheyenne here with Trent Free. With it now, it's going to be Hagen. Hagen looks, takes the ball screen, leaves it left-hand side. 3-pointer coming by Larson. That one's good. Caleb Larson shows the range for his 3rd made 3 of the evening, and the Mustangs lead it by 7. Fode Sharif, right baseline triple long. Michael Nile with the rebound here. Nile working with it the other way with 5 seconds, with 4 seconds. Leaves it to Larson. Larson with 2, Larson with 1. They got to get the shot free. Good if it goes. That'll be long, and that's how we'll end this first half of play. After one half of play from West Fargo, it's the 4th-rated Mustangs 39, West Fargo 32. Halftime show is next here on your live event.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Going to NDSCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back on all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
As we're back here on our halftime show, the West Fargo Packatanas in front of you performing their halftime routine. A team that you look to our left on the banners here, state champions, seems like every year for the West Fargo Packatanas, one of the best, not just in North Dakota, but in the upper Midwest, and you could even argue potentially around the United States. 39-32, West Fargo Sheyenne leads it over the West Fargo Packers. West Fargo Sheyenne coming up after tonight. They will play Fargo Davies on Tuesday for West Fargo. Their next game will be Tuesday, February 1st against Fargo North. We'll take a look at the team numbers first. Sheyenne, 5 players in the scoring column, 4 or 7 from the line with 7 threes. For the West Fargo Packers, 5 players in the scoring column, 5 of 6 from the free throw line with 1 3-pointer. Take a look at the first half numbers after the opening 18 minutes. Is 4th-rated Sheyenne up by 7 in Class A boys basketball.
If you want help from a firm who has integrity, respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the benefit of the community, then look no further than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys are dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsboro, and Castleton, or visit our website at www.onsteadlaw.com.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
My dream career is to be an esthetician because it allows me to branch out and do different things on different people every day.
My dream career is to be a cosmetologist, and that's because I enjoy putting a smile on other people's faces. Putting a smile on other people's faces also puts a smile on my face.
My dream career is to be a massage therapist because I get to help people every day.
My dream career is becoming a nail tech because there are endless possibilities and I can get really creative with it.
Back here at the half, the West Fargo Packers and West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Again, Sheyenne leads it by 7, looking for their first win in this series nearly to the date. January 30th of 2001, they've lost back-to-back games against West Fargo since. The Mustangs' individual numbers, Michael Nye was 16 points and 4 rebounds with 3 made three-pointers as well. Niall, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 13 points then by Caleb Larson, 3 three-pointers on the night with 2 of 2 from the line. 6 points by Xander Newton, 3 by Matt Gusla, and 1 by James Hagan. The Mustangs again led by the 16 of Michael Niall. The West Fargo Packers led by the 11 points of Fode Sharif, who's 3 of 3 from the line off the bench, mind you. Carson Hagerly with 8 points, 6 points by Nick Carlson, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Brent Limke with 5 with 1 from beyond the arc, and 2 points by Parker Nelson as well. Again, the Packers led by the 11 of Fode Sharif. Before we get ready for the second half of play, let's let you know what's coming up here on our Your Live Event Network here throughout the weekend. Tomorrow, some basketball, Region 1, Richland and Maple River. That'll be at 12 o'clock for the JV game. Varsity will start at 1:30. Ellendale and Lisbon in a little Region 1, Region 3 girls and boys basketball doubleheader. The girls at around 1:45 with the boys to follow suit. And then Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Northern Cass. Region 1 meets Region 2 tomorrow. It'll be around 4 o'clock with JV and varsity. Go to yourliveevent.com. That's yourliveevent.com to see what we have from basketball to wrestling to hockey across the Red River Valley. You can check it at yourliveevent.com, or also just go to YouTube and hit subscribe, and then you can check out all the games that we have to offer for you. A reminder, EDC basketball can be listened to and heard right here on Your Live Event in March. That does it for our halftime show. The West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs lead it by 7 behind the 16 points of Michael Niall. The Packers led by the 11 points of Fode Sharif. Second half actions coming up next. It's number 4, West Fargo Cheyenne 39, the West Fargo Packers 32 here on Your Live Event.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
If you want help from a firm who has integrity, respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the benefit of the community, then look no further than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys are dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, and Castleton, or visit our website at www.onsteadlaw.com.
Quickly, before we get to the second half, let's take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. An upset in Class B boys basketball. Down goes number 6 Thompson. Fargo Oak Grove 64. The Thompson Tommies 50. That one is final tonight in Class B boys basketball. A final out in Maple River in Region 1 girls. Hankinson 49-45 over Maple River. So as we continue on in this one, we will continue to give you some scores from across the region. Number 2 Fargo Davies takes care of business against Valley City. Carly Franks with 20 points on the night for the Eagles. In EDC girls basketball, the Davies Eagles went 90-46. That is a final. So again, once we get some updates from you across the state of North Dakota, we will pass those along here in this one. Chase Miller with you courtside from West Fargo High School. Chris Crick, as we like to call him, the great Bambino, running the camera. And it has been as advertised. Sophomore game almost overtime. JV game went overtime. And then in the JV contest, Sheyenne won by 1 possession. The same by the Packers in the sophomore game, winning by 1 possession. And we'll see if that comes to the same here in the varsity game. Starting the second half, Dominic Dosman will inbound the basketball. You got Hagan on the floor with Newton, Larson, and Niall, the original starting 5 here for West Fargo Cheyenne. As Mustangs bring it into the front court here with James Hagan. Hagan, right-hand side, crossing over between the circles as Parker Nelson is in on the guard. Hagerly almost tries to get the steal as this one looking backdoor. Shot clock nearing 15. Niall, hang, shoot, reverse shot off the mark, and a rebound coming down to Nick Carlson. Carlson with his 9th rebound of the game, and we're going to have a foul here. This is going to be on Michael Niall. It's going to be his 2nd in the team's 1st. So Nick Carlson gets his 9th rebound of the game for West Fargo. They'll start with Nelson, Zepeda, Carlson, Limke, and Hagerly, their original starting 5 as well. Limke, top of the key, reverses it right-hand side as this one's going to go right baseline to Hagerly. Hagerly drives to the 10 and scores. Carson Hagerly in double figures now with 10. The Packers are back within 2 possessions. Cheyenne in the front court with Hagan. West Fargo's got exclusively man-to-man defense. Cheyenne has led for the majority of this game, up by double digits a handful of times. This one goes right-hand side on the baseline. Zepeda picks up the foul, trying to get in front of Xander Newton. That'll be Caden's 3rd and the team's 1st. And for Adam Palczewski, going to leave Caden in there and hope that he doesn't pick up a quick 4th here. As the Packers will inbound it, as they do inside to Newton. Finishes with the left hand, or tries to, and then ripping the ball away is going to be Larson out of Carlson's hands for 2 points. Caleb Carlson with 15 points and 2 rebounds. His season high is 22 against Fargo North, and he might get that tonight. Hagerly, left-hand side. Carlson posting up on the interior. Hagerly drives, kick out, right wing, goes to Limke. Limke, dribble, pullback, 3-pointer coming off the front iron, and a board goes to Xander Newton, his 4th. And we're going to have the ball go out of play. This one to the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. And we're going to have a little full-court press here by the West Fargo Packers, as this one's going to quickly go the other end of the floor to Caleb Larson. Larson with it. Bounce pass to Newton. Newton at the top of the key. Back to Larson, left of the key. Limke on the guard. Shot clock already under 10. Michael Niall now at the left wing. Niall looking on the interior. Up top to Newton at 4 with 3. Larson with 2. Deep 3-pointer coming off the front iron. Rebound to Xander Newton. Bounce pass to Michael Niall, right short corner. And then Niall's going to be double teamed, and we're going to get this one to be a jump ball. So Niall gets his 5th rebound. The jump ball will favor the West Fargo Packers. First turnover here of the second half for West Fargo Cheyenne. Their 9th in the contest. 7-point deficit here for West Fargo, under 16 minutes to play in regulation. Hagerly, right-hand side. Looks for the 3-pointer over Niall off the front iron, and a rebound goes to Xander Newton. Newton with his 5th of the game. Newton in the backcourt here, trying to get out of a double team. Does. Leaves a little slip handoff, and Hagerly gets the block, but a foul coming here as Dominic Dosman will go to the line. Dosman held scoreless in the first half. The foul comes on Hagerly, his 2nd, team 2nd. Carson thought he timed it up perfectly to get the block, and he's done that well here this evening. Dosman, 16 of 27 from the free throw line, will shoot 2. Free throw attempt number 1, got it to go. Second free throw attempt here upcoming. Here by Dosman. Averages 8 points and 6 rebounds per contest. Second one on the way by the lefty, got it. Dosman goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and just like that, the West Fargo Packers see that deficit balloon to 9. It's kind of been around that 5 to 9 points back and forth in the first half and early on here in the second half as Parker Nelson's floater is off the mark. Larson with the rebound, and Sheyenne will bring it in the front court here with James Hagan. Right-hand side to Michael Nile. Nile up top. Ball gets reversed around the horn. Back to Hagan. Newton posting up on the inside, getting fronted open. Larson triple. No good. A rebound comes down to Nick Carlson. We got him down for 10. Nelson slips a pass to Carlson. Went up with it. Lost it. As it goes the other way here for West Fargo. Sheyenne as Michael Nile just kind of waits. Finds Hagan. Left wing right in front of the bench. Triple. That one swirls out. Ball's on the floor underneath. And we're going to get a foul here. And this one might be on Brett Limke. And if it is on Limke, that's going to be his second. Or we'll see if it's on Caden Zepeda. And they're going to call it on Zepeda. I thought it might have been on Limke going after the ball, but they're going to call it on Zepeda. So Caden picks up his 4, team's third, and that's a valuable piece who does a lot of little things well for the West Fargo Packers as he will check out. Inbounds comes right-hand side here for West Fargo. Sheyenne with Caleb Larson to the right baseline. That one off the mark, and Larson going to stay with it, get the offensive rebound. A little shovel pass on the interior as this one is going to be with Lobo. Lost it for a moment. Now it goes around the horn. Left-hand side back to Larson. Larson to Hagan. Hagan back to Larson. Playing a little hot potato with it here. As looking on the inside is Lobo. Lobo gets one off inside the paint, off the backboard for 2. So Derek Lobo with his first 2 points of the night for the 6'3" senior forward. And the Mustangs have their largest lead at 11. And the shot gets blocked. Limke went up, and blocking that one is Dominic Dosman. So 45-34 with 14:09 left to play here in the second half. West Fargo Sheyenne with the advantage. This one goes to Parker Nelson. Nelson left-hand side to Fode Sharif. Sharif goes hard to the paint. Kick out Carson Hagerly. The Packers need it. Hagerly three-pointer, no. Rebound Nelson with 3 Mustangs around him, and the one wearing the white uniform, and Parker Nelson comes up with the board, and he'll go to the line. Nelson a 50% free throw shooter on the season. The foul on the Mustangs will be their second, and it'll be Derek Lobo's first. At the free throw line is going to go the 5'11" senior guard Parker Nelson. Free throw attempt number 1 is good. Asking both coaches about this rivalry, Adam Palczewski said, hey, good players with good teams makes for a good rivalry, and when you meet so much in the EDC and state tournaments as well. West Fargo Sheyenne, Tom Kirchhoffner said, thought this would be big for the community as it kind of unfolded, and it has been by the judgment of this crowd, as Horace High School is going to be joining the fold next year as well as a full-time varsity member. Full court press. This one will come with Lobo. Drives Larson, right baseline triple. Got it! Caleb Larson with 18 points. It's his 4th made 3. He's made 5 in 1 game, and he's 1 away from matching that here tonight. Also 4 points away from matching a season high as well with 22. Hang, floater off the mark by Nelson. Fode Sharif gets the basketball underneath. Right-handed reverse scoop shot, no. Sharif tries to handle with it. Now it's with Michael Nile. Nile goes the other end of the floor as Nile's in a spin right into 4 Packers. And we're going to have a foul here. And this one will go against the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs and Michael Nile. So that's his 3rd, team's 3rd. And we'll see what Tom Kirchhoffner does as Nile will check out of the game. Coming in will be Trent Free, and Xander Newton returns to the floor as Larson with 2 and Michael Nile with 3 will check out. Now they'll just make sure they get the court clean here with a couple players diving on the floor. So the Mustangs have their largest lead of the game at 12 at 48-36 here with 13-13 left to play in regulation. The Packers' season low this season, 56 at Moorhead on December the 10th. That was their season opener. Also a reminder, Minnesota yet to implement the shot clock. That's coming, but not this season. Shot off the mark by Hagerly. Rebound to Derek Lobo. And now in the front court here for the Mustangs. Kind of opposite of what happened on December 14th where Sheyenne couldn't buy a bucket at times against the Packers. Kind of happening here for West Fargo in this second half. And driving to the 10 is going to be Trent Free as he'll go to the free throw line. Free will go to the line to shoot 2, and Parker Nelson picks up his 3rd. That'll be the team's 4th, and Free a 15 of 28 free throw shooter on this season at the line to shoot 2. Last time these two teams met again, 77-62 at Cheyenne. Free throw attempt number 1 is in and out. Well, as Fargo is still with players that can get to the rim. They've only made 1 3-pointer tonight in comparison for West Fargo Cheyenne. They've made 8 so far. Second free throw attempt. Got it. So Free goes 1 of 2 from the line, and Mustangs just continue to tack on one sliver at a time. Up by 13. Limke, left-handed layup, got it to go. The West Fargo Packers with Brett Limke now with 7, his first bucket here of the second half. Full court press continues here. They got their man in a trap and almost skinned the ball there was Lobo. Lobo up the floor to Free, and Free gets fouled and counted. That'll get everyone off the Mustang bench across the way. Trent Free now with 3 points, a chance to get 4 at the line. The foul here on West Fargo, this would be on Carlson, his 3rd, team's 5th. So we have 3 with Nelson and 3 with Carlson and 4 with Caden Zapata. Free throw attempt upcoming here for Free. Got it. 4 points for Free, the 6'1" senior. And the Mustangs up by 14. Limke deep 3-pointer off the front iron. A rebound goes to West Fargo, Cheyenne and Free. Not a Lobo. As Lobo will slow it up here for the Mustangs. Ball goes right-hand side. The Packers limited to 6 points here in this second half in 6 minutes. And we have a reach and foul. This will be either on Hagerly or Brent Limke. And it will be on Limke. So he'll pick up his 2nd, team 6. So the remainder of this game, Mustangs will be in the bonus. West Fargo Cheyenne, in comparison, they have scored 13 points here in the second half. Outscored the Packers by 7, just continued to add on and doubled up their 7-point halftime lead. Limke on the guard right now, Free. Brings in the front court now to Larson. Larson rips it through here. A little man defense will continue as Parker Nelson is on the guard. Packers need a stop, then they need a little run. Fode Sharif hedges out. This one goes to Newton. Newton with 13 seconds to Dosman. Dosman back to the right-hand side. This one goes right through the hands of Larson. Parker Nelson the other way, right-handed layup, and got it to go. Mark that down if that's going to be the spark plug of a play. Parker Nelson count the bucket. Now with 6 points. The foul going to come on Larson. That's his 3rd, so you got Niall with 3, and you got Larson with 3. We'll see if Nelson can convert. He does. And we got a timeout on the floor. We'll break. Timeout on the floor. 11:31 left to play in regulation. Packers down by 11 here on your live event.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Coming up on our post-game show, final numbers, take a look ahead for both teams of what they have here in the coming weeks and get you set for some more basketball here this weekend across the state of North Dakota. So the and one opportunity by Parker Nelson. The first time out of the game comes at the 11:31 mark here of the second half as the Packers trail it by 11. Xander Newton baseball pass up the floor, right-hand side to Caleb Larson. Larson guarded there by Limke. As Larson looks to get by, his man drives. Here comes the help. Larson spins, bounce past top of the key, ripping it through. Then it's going to be Dosman, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Dosman left his feet. Fode Sharif was there on the backside help, and Dosman picks up his 2nd, team's 5th. So the Mustangs will have one more to give before West Fargo then gets in the bonus. Next jump ball will favor Cheyenne. Packers, after the Nelson and one, get the stop. Now a bucket here to try to get a little mini run going. Hagerly rips it through, drives, gives it to Nelson. 3-pointer, that's going to be short. And the rebound goes to Trent Free. And Free then is out of bounds on the far sideline there to Adam Palczewski with a high five of Fode Sharif, who picked up Free in the backcourt and forced him to go out of bounds, and a turnover for the Mustangs. Michael Nile returns to the floor here for Sheyenne. 16 points, held scoreless so far in the second half. Caleb Larson leads the floor for the Mustangs with 18. Packers looking for Limke, right baseline, 3 on the way. That one rattles out. The rebound to Michael Nile, his 7th. Nile up the floor as you have Limke there looking to trap with Fode Sharif. Now Fode trying to pick up a Mustang does at the top, guarding free. And the Mustangs will call it the offense here. Trying to be patient in the front court. Larson takes a ball screen, playing a little two-man game. Drives, lost it for a second. Bounce pass to Newton, extra fine Dosman. Dosman looking backdoor. We're going to have a offensive foul. Limke getting in front of Michael Nile. Nile with the extension of the forearm, just trying to push around Limke. And so we get a foul here as Nile. That'll be his 4th and the team's 6th. So a tough one for head coach Tom Kirchhoffner, as both teams now playing with some guys with 4 personals. Caden Zepeda has 4 on the bench. The Packers 4 here on Nile. And if there was a time to get right back in this game and put some pressure on the Mustangs, the time is now for West Fargo. So Parker Nelson brings the ball in the front court here. Little slip handoff to Hagerly. Hagerly, top of the key, crossing over right to left, spins, hangs right-handed, shot off to Martineau. Rebound by Grefsrud inside Hagerly. 2 points, yes! Give Grefsrud the assist and the rebound. Hagerly now with 12, and the Packers are back within single digits. So a 5-0 run by West Fargo right now. Sheyenne with Xander Newton. Gives it to Hagen, top of the key, now to Dosman. Bounce pass on the interior, hanging, shooting. West Fargo, Sheyenne off the mark, and Fode Sharif will get the basketball. Sharif now with his 5th board of the game. This one goes to Hagerly. A bucket here to try to cut the deficit down to 7 potentially. Hagerly, little baby hook off the mark. Dosman gets the rebound, and then in the backcourt it's going to be Hagen. Brett Limke picks him up, full court press here, trying to make Sheyenne work. They've held the Mustangs at the 52 mark here in the last 2 minutes of play. Ball goes left-hand side to Hagen. Limke continues to be on the guard. Shot clock gets down to 10. Dosman right-hand side to Entz. Bounce pass on the flex cut. Goes to Newton, back to Entz. Down to 5 to 4. Entz lost it, and then it's going to be a turnover. Other end of the floor now, Limke. Packers looking for a bucket here. Limke goes down the paint, little contact, and they'll say it went out of play. Out of control was Brett Limke. And that'll be a turnover on West Fargo. Tough one there for the Packers as Nick Carlson will check back into the game. Entz will check out here for Sheyenne as Caleb Deere, a 6'3 sophomore, will check in. Mustangs up by 9, and we're going to have a 5-second violation in the backcourt. 4th turnover of the second half for Sheyenne, the 12th in the contest. And the Packers will inbound it with Limke to left baseline. Midway point of this second half. Packers were trailing it by 7 at the half, now down by 9. Nelson to Limke. Brett with the jab step, gets by his man, goes to the paint, layup off the front rim, no, and Limke tries to get the rebound, but it goes to Larson, his 5th. Other end of the floor in transition, right-handed layup for Caleb Deere. Deere with his first 2 points off the night, off the bench for Coach Kirchhoffner. Carlson spins on the inside, leaves it now to Grefsrud. Grefsrud right-hand side to Parker Nelson. Nelson flips a pass to Fode Sharif, who wasn't quite ready for that one. And a turnover here on the Packers. The old adage of it's the little things that kind of can change the outcome of a contest, and that's what we're seeing here, where West Fargo has had good looks and good chances in the second half, just coming up short. And for West Fargo, Sheyenne did a really good job of hitting the glass, particularly in half number 1 and half number 2. The Mustangs have only scored 2 points in the last 3.5 minutes right now, but that double-digit deficit only at 14, currently now 11, as Sheyenne trying to get it back to 14 here with the 3. Hagen hits it. Hagen, a 37% three-point shooter on the season, hits his first triple of the night, and the Mustangs lead it by 16. Fode Sharif underneath, and the block shot coming there by Gusla. As it goes with Hagen now, and this is a dangerous time for the Packers, as this one might get away from them. The Mustangs go the other end of the floor. Layup, no, put back, got it to go. Caleb Larson now with 20.6 rebounds, and the Packers facing their largest deficit of the game. And we have a timeout on the floor. We'll break as well. 7:40 left to play here in regulation. The Mustangs right now controlling the last 90 seconds of play, and the West Fargo Packers will take their second timeout here on your live event.
Welcome to Ada, Minnesota. There's much to offer for new residents and much to do once you're here. Medical facility, living community, and assistant living. A beautiful school campus providing quality education. The Deco Center with a 24-hour fitness center. A community of faith with church and youth programs, auto dealers, bowling, theater, farm implement and agronomy centers, banks, retail and service businesses, a radio station, and much more. With employment and housing available, welcome to the City of Ada to work, raise a family, and relax. Contact the City of Ada for more information.
Well, after tonight for West Fargo, their next contest will be on Tuesday against Fargo North. Then they'll play Fargo-Davies at Davies on February the 4th next week. For West Fargo Cheyenne, they'll square off with the Eagles on Tuesday at home. And then on February the 4th, play at Devil's Lake. Their next couple of games here for both teams. EDC standings entering play tonight. Cheyenne and Davies tied for first at 10-1 with West Fargo behind them, one game back at 9-2. It's a long jam at fourth with Shanley, Red River, South and North, all 4.5 back of Cheyenne. Then Central beating Red River last night. Don't look now, the Knights are just a game behind Shanley, Red River, South and North for being tied for fourth place. Top 5 teams in a bye to the quarters. Top 4 will host a quarterfinal round game. So top 4 seeds awfully important here in the EDC. The West Fargo Packers, their largest deficit with Sharif, leave it right-hand side to Grefsrud. Grefsrud skips, now to Limke. Limke, left wing triple, got it. Brett Limke in double digits now with 10. That's his second made 3 of the night. The Packers are back within 13 points. Now West Fargo needs to put the clamp down defensively as Limke went for the steal. Hagen was there. Gooselaw's going to go between the circles, or between the legs. Shot clock down to 13. Gooselaw gets it left-hand side now to Larson. Larson with the basketball, takes a dribble, goes hard to the paint, right-handed layup off the mark. No, put back, and 2 fouls upcoming. 2 shots. The foul will be on Nick Carlson, his 4th, team 7th. At the free throw line is Dominic Dosman. Dosman, 2 points at the line so far here tonight with 4 rebounds. Free throw 1 of 2 upcoming here for the Mustangs to try to get the answer. First one is off the mark. Second one upcoming here for West Fargo Cheyenne. A win for Cheyenne gets them to 11-1 in the EDC. A loss for the Packers would drop them to 9-3. Free throw attempt number 2 is good. Large game for Cheyenne, because if they were to lose this one to West Fargo and be tied in the conference, if it came to a tiebreaker, well, West Fargo would be 2-0 in the regular season and own that head-to-head, as we have a foul here on Hagen. This will be on the floor. His first, team 7th, but it will be a bonus opportunity for Brett Limke. A 24 of 33 from the free throw line this season, shooting 72% from the floor. Make one to get one opportunity. The senior misses the first. A rebound comes to Xander Newton. Up the floor now for West Fargo Cheyenne. Left-hand side, Deere. Deere looking inside to Larson. Larson's going to spin. No, put back Newton. Short. Rebound Carlson for the Packers. And going the other end of the floor with it is West Fargo. Cheyenne gets back well defensively. Brett Limke, top of the key, fakes the three-pointer, goes to 10 off the backboard, and those have just been ones unable to go down here tonight for the West Fargo Packers. A good take by Limke, got right to the rim, but just unable to go, and the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs go one and done on the glass and get the ball right back. This one will go to Deere, top of the key, Newton. Newton with the basketball, now to Hagen. Hagen with it, drives, leaves it left-hand side. Deere rises, three-pointer short. Newton, though, gets the rebound, and then we're going to have a foul here, and this will go on West Fargo Cheyenne. The foul on Xander Newton, his first, team's 8th, and we'll have a 1-and-1 going the other way here for the West Fargo Packers. Parker Nelson will check in for Brett Limke. Is going to the line will be Jaden Grefsrud. Grefsrud 14 of 17 from the free throw line this season. At the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. Nelson on the first. Can't get it to go. It's been that kind of game and that kind of half here, particularly in the second for the Packers. Just 14 points in the second half. Gusa, left-hand side at the left wing. High post touch. Newton looking for the give-and-go action. The Mustangs throw it out of play. Tom Kirchhoffner right now an opportunity with under 6 minutes. Not that you have to play four corners and keep away basketball, but you can really limit possessions here. As West Fargo, they'll be looking to come out to trap, get up tempo, get up and down the floor. And West Fargo, Cheyenne, you could try to take the ball away a little bit and deflate the air out of that basketball. Even if you don't get any points. Nelson drives, kick to Carlson. Right baseline three-pointer is going to go long. Rebound goes to West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Caleb Larson. Got Larson down for 20 points, 7 rebounds. A three-pointer by Larson. That'll be his 5th of the game to match a season high, and that would be 23 points for a season high in a game. And Larson comes through a screen. Well, we just talked about it. Three-pointer off the mark, no good. And a rebound to Nick Carlson up the floor to Zepeda. Zepeda back to Carlson. Carlson goes hard. We have a foul here on Xander Newton. Newton with his second, team's 9th. Nick Carlson, this will be on the floor. We'll go to the line for the 1-on-1 opportunity. From here on out, after this free throw attempt, West Fargo will be in the double bonus. Carlson, 2 of 3 from the charity stripe here tonight. And if you're West Fargo, just what you need, an opportunity to get to line. Try to get Carlson to get 2 free throws, and the clock stopped as well. You really got to get this one down to 6 points or less with about that 2:30 mark to really put some pressure on Cheyenne. Free throw off the mark. Fode Sharif trying to grab it, and he gets pushed out of bounds. And they will say it, he does. So the foul will come on Dominic Dosman, his 3rd, team's 10th, and Fode Sharif goes to the free throw line. Had 11 points in the first half, held scoreless here in the second half. Sharif will shoot his 4th and 5th opportunities from the line. First of 2, right-handed tosses is long. Sharif now 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Zepeda will check out as Brett Limke returns to the game. Second free throw attempt on the way here for Sharif. Got it. Sharif now with 12. Packers down by 12. Full court press. Cheyenne with all 5 timeouts remaining. West Fargo with 3 remaining. A game that's gone an hour and 10 minutes long so far. Right-hand side is Hagan. Hagan takes a ball screen, crosses over, three-pointer on the way, off the back tab, and Nick Carlson skies for the rebound, his 13th. Nelson up the floor to Sharif. Sharif finds Carlson. Carlson's going to travel then with the basketball. Got around a couple Mustangs and Larson and Newton. And Larson was trying to get the spin for a shot or get the spin for a kick-out 3 on the baseline, but just going to keep that pivot foot down and a turnover on the Packers. Their 4th of this second half. For West Fargo, Cheyenne, the backcourt now with Free. West Fargo, we've seen throughout the game at times, even in this half-court man defense, look to trap when they can. Gusla trying to spin down Carlson. Gusla goes to the paint, right-handed reverse, and a foul here on Limke. Limke picks up his 3rd, team's 8th, but it was in the act of shooting. Dominic Dosman, this will be his 5th and 6th free throw opportunities from the free throw line in this second half. Free throw attempt is good, and Michael Nile will check back in. Nile held scoreless here in the second half. Picked up 3 of his 4 fouls here in the final 18 minutes. Had 16 first half points and 3 made threes. Larson has added to it. Dominic Dosman's done it from the free throw line. Misses there. Rebound comes down to Fode Sharif. So both teams trading some free throws here in the last 60 seconds. Nelson gets right to the tin, and a block shot by Dominic Dosman. I've seen that a couple times here tonight, right at the rim. The big man Dosman at 6'8", rising up and blocking a shot. Now with 4 minutes to play, the Mustangs will be very patient here in the half court. This one will go to Free. Free drives to the baseline here on Nelson, and Parker will pick up his 4th. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity to go to the line. Here is Trent Free. Free with 4 points on the night, 2 of 3 from the free throw line for the 6'1" senior. For Cheyenne, they have 5 players, all seniors that are going to graduate after this year, alongside with Free, Kellenen's playing some minutes. We've seen Derek Lobo, a senior, playing some minutes as well. So just like last year, lost their starting 5, they'll do it all over again here for Sheyenne. On the opposite side, Brent Limke will go. Same with Parker Nelson, Caden Zapata, Nick Carlson, and Carson Hagerly. So all 5 guys for West Fargo also will graduate. So we'll see some fresh faces next year for Coach Palczewski and Coach Tom Kirchhoffner. Carlson inside. This one goes to Hagerly. Hagerly looks to spin. Double team comes. Nelson gets on the floor, and Nelson able to steal it. And Brett, we get a timeout. Adam Palczewski will take a timeout. We'll break with them. Under 4 minutes to play. Mustangs up by 15.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
As it stands right now, this would be a season low for the West Fargo Packers. Their previous low was at the Moorhead Spuds to open up the season on December the 7th with 56 points. So West Fargo still has time to surpass that, but more importantly for West Fargo, they're going to need the basketball to go through that cylinder, whether it's from the line, from beyond the arc, or something at the 10, and then they got to ill afford to have Sheyenne score much here in the last 3:44 to try to either, one, give themselves a chance in the last seconds of regulation, or two, try to force overtime. Hagerly with the basketball, slips it past out of Carlson. Carlson right-hand side, Limke. Inside Fode Sharif. Sharif hangs and gets fouled and counted. Well, that helps. The foul on Trent Free, his third. And going to the free throw line for the and one opportunity is Fode Sharif. 14 points on the night. 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Sharif leads the floor here for the Packers this evening in the offensive category. Free throw attempt by Sharif, got it to go. Full court press here as Sharif will have to come up. Packers will look to trap Free with the bounce pass. Nice job to Larson for 2. Caleb Larson now with 22 points, matches a season high. Also has 4 threes on the evening, a 14-point lead. Then Larson picks up the foul. That one Tom Kirchhoffner will like because it stops the clock with 3:15 left to play. And also Caleb Larson picks up his 4th. At the line is Parker Nelson. Nelson with 7 points on the evening for the 5'11 senior guard. High probability that these two teams can meet, either one in the EDC tournament or two possibly state. Seems to be kind of a couple of tiers breaking in the EDC, where you have Sheyenne, West Fargo, and Davies, the top 3 teams. And you got 5 teams right now trying to battle for that 5 spot with North, South, Red River, Shanley, Grand Forks Central. And you kind of hear on any given night, so to speak, and the EDC tournament always full of surprises when it comes to girls and boys basketball, where maybe the teams you don't think will make state get to state. Well, there's a steal by Parker Nelson. Nick Carlson with an easy 2 points, his first field goal of the second half. He's got 8. Hagerly with the steal. Right-handed layup, no. Rebound, though, comes down to West Fargo. Hagerly goes up again. That one off the mark. Hagen with it in the backcourt. And Tom Kirchhoffner wants a timeout. We'll break with him. 2:50 left to play here in regulation. It's the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs 65, the West Fargo Packers 54. First time out here by West Fargo. Cheyenne will break with them on your live event.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
The last about 10 seconds sums up if you're a Packer fan. You got right to the rim. Hagerly with a couple chances just couldn't go. If you're West Fargo, Cheyenne got this puppy up at one point to a 16-point lead, 59-43 with 7:40 left to play. And since then, it's just kind of been pulling teeth for both teams where neither one has really made a big run. Either Sheyenne for the knockout punch or West Fargo to make a run to get right back in this game. Now still loads of time remaining here. West Fargo showing some pressure here in the backcourt, and they've been able to turn over Sheyenne 14 times by our numbers here in this game. Sheyenne on a 9-game winning streak. Their lone loss to these West Fargo Packers on December the 14th. The Packers have won 3 straight games, trying to get to 10-2 in conference play with a win. With a win for Sheyenne, they would improve to 11-1 in the conference. This one goes right-hand side, and that's going to be a turnover after it goes between the circles, and Nick Carlson will bring it to the front court here. So a bucket to get it down to 3 possessions. Tiedemann into the game. Cole, a 5'11 junior. Left-hand side now to Hagerly. Hagerly with the basketball to Parker Nelson. Nelson crossing over, drives. Tiedemann, right-hand side. He's in a spin inside the paint. Hang, shoot, shot. Got it off the mark. Rattles out, and we're going to have a foul in the backcourt. This is on Zepeda. His night will be done. We'll see who it's on. And this one will be on Cole Tiedemann. His first, team's 10th, and it will be a double bonus here for Trent Free. Free at the free throw line, 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. 6 points, 4 rebounds. Pretty much right at his average on the season here for the senior. Free throw attempt for Free, got it. Now with 7 points. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for Free. West Fargo Sheyenne has only seen 3 teams this year score 65 or more points against them, or 67 or more. That's West Fargo, Davies, and Devils Lake, respectively. Misses the second. Carlson with the rebound. Hagerly drives, pops a pass inside to Carlson. Right-handed baby hook. No, Carlson got the second chance opportunity. Yes. Carlson now with 10 points and 15 rebounds, his 4th double-double of the season, and we have a foul in the backcourt. This will be on Limke, his 4th, and we'll go to the other end of the floor here for Sheyenne. It's pretty much simple now for West Fargo Sheyenne. If you make your free throws, you can put this one on ice. If you miss enough, you can let West Fargo hang around, and all of a sudden a 3 here, a steal there could really turn this into a more interesting ball game. But if Sheyenne goes to the line with 2 shots and they make both of them, for the majority, they could put this one away. Free throw attempt number 2 is good. So Free, timeout on the floor. We'll break with them. 12-point advantage for the 4th-rated team in the state of North Dakota. Mustangs up by 12 here on your live event.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Coming up in March, you can watch the EDC Boys Basketball Tournament right here on your live event. We'll have coverage all day on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of the EDC Basketball Tournament. Thursday, March the 3rd, it'll be the girls to play their semis and loser-out games. On Friday, March the 4th, the boys will do the same thing. Then on Saturday, March the 5th, 6 games, 3 girls, 3 boys, state qualifiers and EDC championship. That'll be on your live event from the Shield Center right here, again on YLE. Chris Crick running the camera. Chase Miller with you here. 2 big free throws by Trent Free, who's 7 of 9 from the line here in the second half. This season for Free in 12 games was 15 of 28 from the stripe. Hagerly open, 3-pointer off the back tab, and going to the 10, we got Fode Sharif to get the steal. Now to Parker Nelson. Packers need a bucket. They need it now. Nice find. Limke backdoor to Hagerly, who goes up, and we got a foul, and Hagerly goes to the line to shoot 2. Foul. Caden Rohr will pick up the foul, his first. Or, hold on here, Rohr is not on the floor yet, so we'll see. This will be on Caleb Larson, I believe. There we go. So Larson will pick up his 5th, and his night will end. Larson will finish with a season-high matching 22 points. We got him down for 7 rebounds and 4 threes in the game. So a really nice night for the 6'3" senior guard, Caleb Larson, again with 22 and 7 here on the night. Hagerly at the line makes the first. Hagerly 5 points in the half, 13 in the game. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Carson. Had a lot of minutes last season for the West Fargo Packer Championship basketball team, the defending champs in Class A. Hagerly on the floor right now, alongside with Parker Nelson, Nick Carlson. Packers trying to get the 10-second call here. Hagen's got to get across before the 10, and with 1 second remaining, the shot clock was down to 21 with 1 second remaining when the timeout came by Hagen in the backcourt. The official saw it there, and I think we might even put a second or 2 back on the clock potentially as well. There it is, up to 21 seconds. A nice job by James Hagen to at least realize it. The ball will be in the backcourt to call the timeout, because if he did not, or the bench was unable to call the timeout, you would have had the turnover, and the Packers would have got the ball back. West Fargo is going to look back on this one and just say what could have been with a lot of shots right at the rim. If you're West Fargo Cheyenne, you're going to kind of say, okay, we found a way if this one holds to win the game, but you had a chance, so to speak, the old push the team off the cliff when you have a chance to just finish them, right? You have a chance to get there up by 15, up by 16 points. You just need a nice little 2-3 minute stretch to really put the game away for the Packers to be in striking distance. And give credit to West Fargo. They hung around, tried to get it down to 10-9 multiple times, just could never get it down to that 4 or 5 points to really make things interesting here in the second half. But there's 86 seconds remaining. This one goes in the backcourt with Hagen. Parker Nelson on the guard. Packers will look to set the trap. Hagen reverse pivots. Here comes the trap. There goes to Newton. Newton with the basketball now as he takes a couple of dribbles back to Hagen. Shot clock under 10. Hagen with it. Newton now left-hand side. That goes to Dosman. Dosman deep 3 on the way to free off the iron. Xander Newton saves it. Goes into the first row student section and a fresh 30 here. Oh, what a play there by Xander Newton. And there is a timeout on the floor. We will keep it here. Xander Newton with the save, and it goes to Niall, and then a timeout by head coach Tom Kirchhoffner. So this one essentially for West Fargo Cheyenne, you put now a fresh 30 down to 25 seconds on the shot clock, and if you're West Fargo, that was the last possession where you could ill afford to foul. There's always a strategy in the game of you either foul early, even if it's 2 fouls, and you just try to stretch out the game, get possessions in hopes that the opposition misses 1 of 2 from the line, and you go down the floor and you start hitting a 2 here, a 3 here, and all of a sudden you look up, it's a 4 or 5 point ball game. Or you get it down to about the final possession that you can afford to not play the foul game, try to get a stop, go down the other end of the floor, and if the Packers, for example, hit a 3, all of a sudden you're down by 7 with maybe 50 seconds left, and now you can really start playing that foul game a little bit. So we'll see what Adam Palczewski wants to do from a defensive perspective. For head coach Tom Kirchhoffner right now, it's all about taking care of the ball, hitting free throws, and not fouling West Fargo, because both teams, again, are in the double bonus. West Fargo Cheyenne will have 1 timeout remaining. For the West Fargo Packers, they'll have 2. 60 seconds to play before we get to our postgame show. Mustangs lead it by 13 points. Looking to split the season series here with the Packers. This one goes in the backcourt. Hagen, that's going to be a turnover now to Fode Sharif. Sharif in the front court, right-handed layup good for 2, and Anna Palczewski calls the timeout. So Fode Sharif gets the 2 points, now with 17 to lead the Packers. Time on the floor will break. Don't go anywhere. West Fargo down by 8 with 55 seconds to play here on your live event.
This is Jim Burke, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
West Fargo Cheyenne leads it by 8 over the West Fargo Packers. This will snap a 2-game winning streak in the series for West Fargo against Sheyenne. The Packers beat the Mustangs in the state semifinals last year en route to their Class A state championship over Minot. Won early on in the season on December the 14th. 77-62 at Sheyenne. So Sheyenne will inbound it. As they do, they'll have one timeout, so will West Fargo. Possession arrow does favor the Mustangs. Both teams in the double bonus. Mustangs get an inbounds to Xander Newton. Newton lost it, and he's actually going to be out of bounds. So the clock goes from 55 to 51.9, and now all of a sudden, whether it's a 2 or a 3, a bucket here makes it a 2-possession game. Lemke to inbound to the right of the baselines. The Packers don't foul, play some defense, and they get the turnover. Lemke, we'll see where he goes here, finds Hagerly. Hagerly for the 2 points. Hagerly for the deuce. Now 8 in the half, 16 in the game. West Fargo will foul, and that'll be Nick Carlson, and Carlson's night is done. You had Nelson, Zepeda, Lemke, and Carlson all with 4. Nick Carlson will finish with 10 points, 15 rebounds in the game. He'll go 2 of 4 from the free throw line here tonight for Nick Carlson. Carlson with his 4th double-double of the season here this evening. Michael Nile will go to the line. Nile has yet to score here in this second half. Held the bench for a while when he picked up his 4th personal foul. Nile to the stripe, misses the first. Misses the second. Still a 2-possession game as long as the Packers can get the rebound and go the other way. Free throw attempt number 2 to try to get it up to a 7-pointer game, and misses the second, but the rebound comes to Sheyenne, and losing it in the backcourt, losing his footing is Deer. Hagerly gets the steal. Other end of the floor here, Parker Nelson goes right to the tin, gets fouled, and Nelson will go to the line. Dosman picks up his 4th, and 2 shots coming for the senior, Parker Nelson. Nelson 4 of 5 from the free throw line here tonight, with 8 points in the game, and not too much clock went away either. With 35 seconds left to play here in regulation, Nelson buries the first. This to get it down to 4. Well, one thing's for sure, and you knew it, Packers were not going to go away in a rivalry series like this. Nelson unable to draw iron on the second one, but what this does, it still allows the Packers to get Lemke off, because if he fouls, he would foul out. You bring in Max Foul, the 5'11 junior, into the game, and Foul's the one guy you want to foul in terms of West Fargo. Nile in the backcourt. Nile rips it through, and there comes a foul. Nicely done, as that's Dominic Dosman to go to the line for 2. So foul, he's got plenty to give. That's his first. Go the other end of the floor. More than likely, Brett Lemke will come in for the offense for a foul. Clock goes down to 32.6 seconds, and Dosman goes to the free throw line. Dominic 4 of 6 here in the second half from the line. First on the way is good. Back to a 6-point game. The second one to try to make it a 3-possession lead here for West Fargo Sheyenne. As Zepeda will check out, coming in will be Cole Tiedemann, the 5'11 junior. Also, Fode Sharif on the floor, Parker Nelson, Hagerly, and Lemke here for the Packers. Second one is missed, though, by Dosman. Rebound goes to Carson Hagerly. Hagerly's going to drive, spin, hang, shoot, 7-footer. No, rebound comes down to Free in the backcourt. Leaves it up to Michael Nile. Nile to Xander Newton, and a turnover here. The clock stops with 17.9 left to play, and now the Packers are in you need a 3 situation. You're probably going to get 2, but I don't know if you're going to get more than 3 possessions here for West Fargo. Well, the ball rolls up in the front court. This one goes Brett Lemke, right wing 3-pointer. Got it! Got it to go! The clock continues to wind, and we get a timeout by head coach Adam Palczewski. It's a 1-possession game. Brett Lemke hits the triple, his 3rd 3 of the game, 14 points for Lemke. And more importantly for the Packers, down by 3. It was tied at 30 apiece. Since then, with 3 minutes left to play in the first half. The West Fargo Packers have trailed West Fargo Cheyenne, and this is the closest it's been then since that time. The Mustangs, 69. The Packers, 66. A jump ball favors West Fargo Cheyenne. West Fargo with no timeouts remaining. West Fargo Cheyenne, they have one, so if they can't get it in on a 5-second call or they're in trouble in the backcourt, they can call a timeout. It is a 2-shot bonus, though, no matter what. So West Fargo Cheyenne, if West Fargo is unable to get the steal right away and they commit the foul, Cheyenne would go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So the Packers got it down to 3 here with 11 seconds left to play. Cheyenne trying to hold on for the win and win their 10th straight. West Fargo trying to force overtime and try to get to their 4th straight win. Home run pass goes up the floor to Hagan. Slipping is Nelson, and Fode Sharif picks up the foul. Sharif picks up his 2nd, and 2 shots upcoming here for James Hagan. Hagan, 1 of 2 from the free throw line here tonight on the season, 12 of 27, and they're going to ask if it's intentional or not on the foul by Sharif. And it looks like they're just going to give it a common foul here. If you do call the flag, Rick, then you get free throws and the ball back, which could potentially put the game away even without the free throw line. Hagan makes the first. 5 points now for Hagan. As this to get it up to 5 points. Hagan makes the 2nd. 2 big free throws there by the senior. Fode Sharif will handle it left wing. Gives it to Zepeda. Back to Sharif. Left wing 3-pointer off the backboard. No Hagerly. Put back is short, and that's going to do it. The West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs coming to West Fargo high, and the 4th-rated Mustangs win it 71-66 over the West Fargo Packers. In this contest, West Fargo Cheyenne led by the 22 points of Caleb Larson. Awfully good free throw shooting as well in the second half. For the West Fargo Packers, 17 points by Fode Sharif, and he also had 16 points by Carson Hagerly here tonight. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back after this. Get to our post-game show on your live event.
We built Irie Insurance with one philosophy: hire great people and provide great service and options. We want to help protect your home, farm, crops, personal, and your businesses. Hello, this is Sheyenne with Irie Insurance, and since day one, we have followed this golden rule to help protect you. That's why we have so many locations like West Fargo, Devils Lake, Hope, Hillsboro, Mackville, and Towner. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kicks, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Going to NESCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back on all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Back here on our post-game show, the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs win it 71-66 over the West Fargo Packers. They have won 10 straight games now, but more importantly, improved to 12-1 on the season and 11-1 in conference play. As we will take a look at some of the numbers here in a moment and get to our players of the game. Again, your final in this one, 71-66. West Fargo Sheyenne picks up the win over the West Fargo Packers. Caleb Larson led the floor tonight. The 6'3 senior matchday season high, 22 points, 7 rebounds, goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line and also hits 4 threes in the game. Caleb Larson with 22 points. 16 points then by Michael Nile, all in the first half of play. Nile with 3 made threes. He would go 0 of 2 from the line, but with 7 rebounds here for Nile. From there, 9 points by Trent Free. He goes 7 of 9 from the free throw line in the second half. 6 points by James Hagan. 5 coming from Dominic Dosman at the line. Then 2 points apiece by Derek Lobo and alongside Caleb Deere. Again, West Fargo Sheyenne led by the 22-7 of Caleb Larson. For the West Fargo Packers here tonight, led by Fode Sharif with 17 points off the bench and 7 rebounds on 5 of 6 shooting from the charity stripe. Fode Sharif with 17 points. 6 points by Carson Hagerly, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 points in the second and first half respectively. Brett Limke with 14 points and 3 made threes. 10 points, 15 rebounds for Nick Carlson. Carlson with a nice night, fouled out. 9 points by Parker Nelson here for West Fargo. So West Fargo with 4 players in double digits, but unfortunately for the Packers, come up short, 71-66. We will take our final break when we come back after this player of the game and look at your final team numbers here on your live event.
If you want help from a firm who has integrity, respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the benefit of the community, then look no further than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys are dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, and Castleton, or visit our website at www.onsteadlaw.com.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Final segment here on our post-game show before we get to our players of the game. Taking a look at the team numbers in this one for West Fargo Sheyenne. They go 18 of 25 from the free throw line in the second half. They go 12 of 18 from the stripe. Shot awfully well in the second half, and particularly down the stretch. They would finish with 9 threes in the game, and they would have 7 players in the scoring column. For the West Fargo Packers, they would finish with 5 players in the scoring column. Go 13 of 19 from the free throw line, and they would have just 3 3-pointers. So 9 threes by Sheyenne, 3 threes by West Fargo. The Packers dropped to 10-3 on the season, 9-3 in conference play. For West Fargo Sheyenne, they improved to 12-1 on the season and 11-1 in conference play. As we take a look at the final numbers in this one, then we'll bid adieu between the Packers and the Mustangs. Taking a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, Fargo-Davies 103-50 tonight over Valley City, and Devils Lake over Wahpeton 66-60. So with that result, the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs and the Fargo-Davies Eagles now both 11-1 in conference play, 2 games ahead of West Fargo, who's right there in third in the conference. For the Devils Lake Firebirds defeating Wahpeton, they move to 3-7 in the conference, while the Wahpeton Huskies, they drop to 1-10. We'll take one more break. When we come back, we'll hear from a couple victorious Mustangs after this.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
My dream career is to be an esthetician because it allows me to branch out and do different things on different people every day.
My dream career is to be a cosmetologist, and that's because I enjoy putting a smile on other people's faces. Putting a smile on other people's faces also puts a smile on my face.
My dream career is to be a massage therapist because I get to help people every day.
My dream career is becoming a nail tech because there are endless possibilities and I can get really creative with it.
As we come back here on our post-game show, James Hagan with us, the 5'9" senior guard. And James, just talk about a gutty performance. You knew it's going to be rivalry night, no matter what the score is. Both teams going down the stretch, trying to find a way to get a win. How did your team try to find a way in the second half to get that margin up by 15, 16 points? What do you think kind of led to it?
We knew they're going to press us. They're really scrappy. They're a really good team. We just know we had to control the flow of the game, so we just tried to slow it down, not turn over the ball. We got a little scrappy at the end there. We turned the ball over. We took a deep breath, came back, made some big free throws, and then we got it done.
Talk about closing out a game on your rival's home floor. Again, it's going to be tough, but what got you over the hump?
I think just working as a team, not collapsing as a team and staying together.
The biggest win in terms of just the next win, and you find a way to continue the winning streak going. What's the one thing you hope to carry from this game as a team moving forward, down the stretch here once we get to February?
I think it just shows that you can win a game if you stay as a team.
Last thing for you, James, before you let you go, what's it like when you kind of start seeing Niall doing his thing, you get Xander doing his thing, Caleb Larson gets a couple of threes? It seems like it's a really well-balanced team effort for this year's club.
Yep, I love my guys. I just try to give him the ball. I try to get Michael the ball. He's a great scorer. Everybody on the team. We got 5 scorers on the court at all times, so it makes my job really easy. So
always fun from a point guard perspective, right?
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much, James, and we'll see you down the line.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, let's go from James and bring in Tom Kirchhoffner with us here really quickly, head coach for the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, as we go from James Hagan to Tom. And Tom, nice job on the win, 39-32 at the half. You end up finding a way to win. I know it maybe wasn't the prettiest closeout, so to speak, on the road, but still it's a road win on your rival's home court.
Yeah, I tell you what, it really doesn't matter how you win. You just got to get the W, and I'm just proud of our guys. So we didn't start hot right away. I think our first 2 possessions were turnovers, but we settled in, and we got to play our game. We got to play our tempo, and when we do that, we're gonna extend the game. It's gonna probably not gonna be pretty basketball. It's not gonna be up tempo, especially against them. And we got that lead, and then at the very end, Larson fouled out, so we kind of lost the guard a little bit. And I've been stressing to our guys all year to run the baseline, and guys haven't been doing that yet, and so we got to just capitalize that. But you got to tip your hat to West Fargo, for playing hard and battling, the last 2-3 minutes there.
Can you talk about the guy that we just had on, James Hagan? I know if you look at his numbers, he doesn't have 25 points or 22 points or stuff like that, but what does he provide to this team, night in and night out in terms of his ability to lead and kind of be the guy that finds ways to maybe get the Michael Niles of the world, the Xander Newtons and the Larsons, so to speak, in rhythm?
Yeah, he doesn't need to go and score 20-25, but if he does, we'll take it. I'm really proud of him. He's just a gutsy player. He's very gritty. He gets us into our offense. He's our leader. He's our communicator. There's a couple of times we had stuff, what we were thinking about running, and he goes, hey, let's get this guy in, or let's run this. So he's our senior. He's our captain. So, he's going to call the shots pretty much from here on out.
Last thing for you before we let you go, after the results tonight, you and Fargo-Davie still remain up top. The EDC now with a little separation with the Packers there in third. What can you take away from this game now that we get into February next week, and then what's around the corner, with postseason play? Tom, what do you take from this rivalry game?
Well, it gets us ready for Davies, and that first loss that we had to West Fargo, it really got us ready for, Davies when we played them. We needed to lose. You don't want to lose, but sometimes you got to take stuff from losses. And I'm really proud of how our guys responded to that. And now I don't know what we're on, 11, 12-game win streak. So I'm really proud of our guys in that way. And now we just had a tough game. We're going to take tomorrow off and just rest. January's a grind. You don't see the sun at all. So we just told them rest, drink plenty of water, and then come back, come ready to practice on Monday, and then focus up for, trying to get that 1 seed.
Hey, Tom, as always, thanks so much for your time and best of luck down the stretch here in the EDC.
All right, thanks a lot, Chase.
Tom Kirchhoffner, head coach of the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. That does it as we coming up here. Again, go to yourliveevent.com. That's yourliveevent.com for the complete rundown as the Cheyenne Mustangs win it by 5. On behalf of Chris Crick, I'm Chase Miller. Thanks to Tom Kirchhoffner, James Hagan, and also Anna Palczewski for joining us on the pregame show. Go to Your Live Event for the complete rundown of high school action in the Red River Valley.